Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan, thanks for joining us. We're tracking a cold change coming into New Zealand, a possible cyclone around Rarotonga, and the general pattern for the next week ahead, because we are seeing some rainmakers, but for New Zealand anyway, still leaning quite dry. On the satellite map today, you can see the cold front approaching the South Island. Colder air is about to move through. Canterbury, you're about to have a pretty hot day, but tomorrow, your temperature, your daytime high drops by about 11 degrees. The high tomorrow, 17, the high today, 28, although you could easily get over 30. So it could be actually quite a big temperature drop tomorrow as that cold change comes through. Dry skies around Tonga, no big eruptions to be seen there. That is very good news. And way out here to the very northeast, this is this developing low tropical depression near Rarotonga, well worth keeping an eye on. And finally out and across Australia, more localised downpours as your typical La Nina summer continues. Not quite so typical in New Zealand though. We do have this cold change. So here is the wind map for later on today, later Wednesday. You can see that big southerly change coming through. Still hot though for Canterbury northwards, or at least central Canterbury northwards, but by the end of the day that cooler change should be there for you as well. Pretty hot around the North Island, and those windy westerlies continue to blow through. I've been told by a number of people, very dry conditions, Taranaki to Manawatu at the moment, and over on the eastern side, the wind, of course, lifts the temperatures. So hot and dry, so we do need some rain into the North Island, but significant rain is not yet on the way. This is the one-day rainfall map for today, starting at 7 o'clock this morning, going through till 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and for the most part, the orange-yellow shading there is around about 5 to 20 millimetres. So it's not necessarily a huge amount, but it's something coming through, with the heaviest falls over on the west coast. Remember, this only goes through until a certain point of time, and then the front continues to move northwards. So let's take a look at the Thursday map, and this shows you that rain continuing, or showers I should really say, continuing to move northwards. So not a huge amount across Canterbury, but maybe 15, 20 millimetres in there for some, so that's not a bad amount. That'll be helpful. In the North Island, most of the rain is in the very lower North Island, where you might be seeing 30 odd millimetres up in the hills, but lower down, much lower totals, just 5 to 15 millimetres, and only a couple of showers for this area up here to the north. So those showers, they'll be helpful, but they aren't going to have a great impact on the dry weather. So this is the forecast for Thursday, the 24-hour rainfall map on top of it. Been reading your comments on YouTube. Thank you very much for all the feedback. Really awesome to see it. Now, some people saying, I can't see, it looks like a lot of rain. So, because these are now showing 24 hours of accumulation. So the best way to look at it, when you see the pale blue, that's just a few showers. So the pale blue colours, when you see them, or any blue surrounding green, that's just showery weather. So blue, which is the most part of the map here, showers. The area that's got better chances of rain are where it's yellow and gold. So that's where you're going 10, 20, 30 millimetres. So that's all you look for. The green and the yellow if you need rain. If you're seeing the pale blue, showers. So you may not get much, if anything. The other good thing about these maps is it shows you how high pressure is dry, and the southerly side that begins high pressure often has showers in it, so that captures it nicely. Plenty of wet weather still continuing, or showery weather continuing around Australia. By Thursday, the temperatures will be down right across the country, and so certainly in the lower South Island and the lower North Island, those areas will be feeling it. So temperatures well down below average, several degrees. The dark blue means 4 to 8 degrees cooler than it should be at the hottest part of the day. Many people will just describe it as refreshing. But you notice the very top of New Zealand and the northeastern sides not so impacted. Temperatures are still down a little bit, but not by much. So we get to Friday. We've still got the high out over here and still showery weather. Remember the pale blues? Just a few showers. So while it looks like everyone's got rain, it's not, it's just a few showers. But what it says is pretty much every region has the chance of a shower or two. But whether it lands on your house or your property, that is a very different story. And you can also see that storm forming and deepening up around Rarotonga. And it gets deeper as we go into Saturday. It's not going to impact New Zealand weather-wise, because this high, 1030 hectopascals, big strong one, is ballooning all the way out against it. So Saturday is mostly dry around New Zealand, but with a light southerly flow, you'll certainly notice the temperatures down a wee bit. And look at this, another big heavy rain event for the central part of Australia. Now to Sunday. So more rain through central Australia. They're getting more rain at Alice Springs than the North Island's getting, which is a pretty remarkable setup. But this little development here is worth keeping an eye on. We start to see it on Sunday. It's a small area of low pressure that is trying to form, but you've got this big high pushing against it. So the chance of the high winning is probably greater than the chance of the rainmaker coming southwards, but it is there, and it starts on Sunday, and for those in the far north, may well be worth keeping an eye on. The storm out here over Rarotonga doesn't necessarily get a lot more aggressive, but it gets a bit bigger in its size. And then we've got the wind map here for Sunday night. Just wanted to throw this in, showing that low pressure zone forming on Sunday night just north of New Zealand, but this is the big high that will be pushing back against it and trying to control it. So our final map for Monday shows that low forming up here with proper rain in it. You know, we're talking 50 millimetres, 60 millimetres worth of rain in 24 hours, but that's just out at sea. A few showers elsewhere. The storm near Rarotonga is dropping southwards. That's not a problem really for Rarotonga anymore. Still pouring with rain in central Australia, but this is the one to keep an eye on, and we will be keeping a very close eye on that because the North Island really does need the rain. That is all from me. We'll see you again tomorrow. It's our final update for the week. We won't have a video on Friday this week, probably because we've been doing quite a lot of them since Friday of last week. But yeah, and our final video for this week coming tomorrow. We'll see you then.